Hello, welcome. This is Data+Train and I'm Neil Hambly. Welcome to a Friday evening, number 14 of our live streams in August. So welcome back if you are a first time here. Hello and subscribe, say hello, enter the chat, get involved. We are going to in tonight's video, we're going to be covering a new exam from Microsoft called the DA-100, which is the Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals. So this is a new one-day certification exam course that's going to take you through the fundamentals. And we're going to see how that aligns with our DA-100. So DA-100 obviously is our analyzing data with Power BI. We can see that on the screen. Then we kind of also just move this over and get that in and kind of see if I can just put my get the number 2 up. There we go. And put my nice self in the top right corner so you can see me as we go. Hopefully you've got some nice sound and audio and we will kind of get going. So the exam DA-100 is what we're covering in August, September, October, November as part of our DA-100 series of videos, 52 videos. For those who are kind of expecting a few of them to be already released, we are kind of a little bit behind the scenes in terms of having those delivered. So I've been working on getting those up and ready, and I will be working over the weekend and into next week to get the videos that we should have already released out and running. We have had a bit of a heat wave in the UK. If you are from the UK, you'll kind of know this. I think they even closed London Bridge because of some cracks due to the heat wave. It was very bad for about 5 or 6 days. And it was unbearable in the studio. We got lights and a very small space, about 7 foot square, with lots of computers and lighting and the heat. And it meant kind of it was just going to roast in there. So I wasn't going to be able to do a good video. So I kind of stepped out and did a few other bits and pieces. And hopefully the next day was going to be better. 5 or 6 days later, it kind of finally broke and we had better normal weather. So 24, 25 degrees instead of the 36, 37. And that was without my lights on. So if I'd done that, I would have been up to nearly 40 in my room. So it wasn't going to happen. But this weekend, I'm going to catch up and I'll get all those kind of the first 6, 7, 8, 9 videos that we should have done in the first 1, 2, 3 weeks. I'll get those done, released out there, and then we'll be back on a normal cadence and I'll be preparing these ahead of time. But as I said, tonight is looking at a slightly different new exam. So I'm going to breach that up for us. I'm going to go to my full kind of collection for the DA-900. So let me kind of run up to the top there and go grab this one. Let me kind of start off with what we're going to have in there. Also, just let you know, we have had our competition this week and we have now completed that. So there was 3 seats up for the DA-100 and we did a drawing for Samuel and then for Tom. And Kiara, I think, was kind of the last one. So we've got those 3. But if you are still looking to do a join our class, all of the August one are now closed. So we've got October the 19th to the 23rd. But we've done a little bit of a special for you. Not only is our prices much cheaper than the current kind of mainstream prices. Mainstream will be nearly £2,500 for that course. Have a look at the big providers. We are currently running the August and the October one for £895. So about a third of the price already, but we've done something even further and we've gone and added for 10 tickets, the ability to enter the code word train and apply that. And you'll see that we half the price of that. So we're down into £447, 50p in those good British pounds. So if you want to do it, it's going to be a virtual course. It's going to be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4:30. And it's the full Monty of everything. So you can go and see in here all of the different modules. There are 13, I won't go through all the list there, but there's 13 different modules that we cover with labs and everything. So if you are looking to undertake the exam and you want to get a bit more hands-on and instructor-led, we have that covered for you. If not, we're going to be doing the DA-100 and that's going to be covering all of our normal stuff. So we go down a little bit further. Let's go to the certified data analyst one here. And we've got the 2 ways to prepare, online free, Microsoft Learn. So all of their great materials, you can kind of, we'll be referencing some of those. And if we go and look at the skills measured, And let me just kind of expand that a little bit so you kind of have a little bit more of a visibility in this. I know kind of maybe watching it on phones, etc. There's broken into 5 functional categories, which is prepare the data, and there's some subcategories there, and data, model the data. We have visualize the data, nearly kind of out of the screenshot there, and we have analyze the data, and finally, after that, we've got the deploy and maintain deliverables. So we've got these 5 functional groups, and then what we're doing at the moment is we're using I'm just going to go grab my DA-100's collection, so it's all the way down here somewhere. Here we go. And I'll go to my mind map for that, and just showing kind of let's move that out of the way a little bit. This is our kind of agenda for all of it. So prepare the data. We're currently in August, obviously. 13 videos, we'll cover that. Same for model. So 13 for this one, 13 for this one, etc. And we're going to walk our way through all of these, 13 of each. And then in November, we're doing essentially analyze the data and deploy in the same one. Reason being, they're much smaller categories, so they're 10 to 15% each. Prepare the data and visualize are both 20 to 25, and model the data is a 25 to 30% of all the content. So roughly kind of broken it down into 425 groupings percentage-wise, roughly. Okay. Well, we're going to look at the DP100, DP900. I'm going to get my numbers mixed up tonight. I know I am. So let's go to the top, DP900, and let's go have a look at what we have in this. So what is this Azure Data Fundamentals? Well, it's basically a new kind of foundational knowledge exam and course. You get certification, so you get the Microsoft Certified Azure Data Fundamentals, and it's a single exam, and it's quite short in terms of time, and it's also less expensive to do as well. And it kind of is for those who are unfamiliar with kind of probably the Azure data world, kind of, putting data in Azure, the different technologies, the databases, different types of workloads. So we go through and look at what's actually in there. So again, you can kind of go into the requirements, come down and see what skills are being measured. And in here, we can see that we have 4 core areas describing, and you notice the word describe comes in front of everything we have here. So basically, we're trying to not just have you understand, but describe what these skills being measured are. So kind of you go through the course and you can then, elaborate and know what is covered. So it's not going to a lot of depth. We don't go deep dive on anything here. But in this course, we cover the fundamentals. We show you what's in Azure, what different types of data systems there. And during the course of September, I'm going to be doing a DP900 week. So basically, it's a full week, 7 days, where we take you through all of the content that's going to be covered inside of the DP900, okay? So if you're going to be doing the DA-100, I recommend you probably have a look at the Azure Data Fundamentals, because some of the data sources and some of the kind of places we're going to put data is going to be in Azure. And it's Azure heavy in terms of kind of, Power BI is an Azure service. Lots of the databases and data sets and data assets you're going to have are going to be in storage blobs. They're going to be in databases. They're going to be in different kind of spaces inside of Azure. So we want to be able to access those, and we're going to showcase that. So it kind of aligns to a lot of the data connectors we have in DA-100. Okay, so just knowing that, having a bit more of a knowledge about that will help you when you're going through your DA-100 prep. Okay, so we're going to do a full week of 7 individual days worth of kind of video. So I want to have a new kind of DP900 series with 7 videos in it, and we're going to cover the full content of that. But you do have the ability to go online and go through the Azure fundamentals and kind of go through the different material. You'll see that there's a couple of hours of materials in here, 5 modules. Essentially, we'll be covering these 5 modules and some additional stuff, how it links into and how to prepare for these exams. Okay. So let's go have a quick look at one of these. I'm just going to kind of take you into, where was the one I wanted to, up one, there we go, okay. So we take you to the Explore Data Concepts. And we kind of just want to show you a little bit around what's in here. So we're all familiar with spreadsheets and databases and lots of kind of different types, as well as kind of things like the JSON format where you have this type of structure. And you've got document 1 and 2, and this would be something like Cosmos DB residing in there, the JSON files. And we got also other data sources. So we could have maybe a graph type database. Again, Cosmos DB, we have the Gremlin database inside of that type. So we can actually have relationships between objects and have these edges and nodes that we do. We're going to have traditional storage and things like Azure Data Lake Store and analytics that go with that. So where do we put all these files? How do we access them? So we're going to explore some of that, and of course, traditional databases as well. So here is the bit that we're trying to get to, is this piece at the end, the visualization section. Okay, but we're going to get data from some databases or from other repositories that we have inside of Azure. Can I get the thing to stop playing with me? There we go. And we're grabbing data in, and we're going to bring that into Power BI, and we're going to transform it. We're going to kind of shape it to our own kind of requirements. We're going to take out columns we don't need. We're going to cleanse the data. We're going to move those headers into kind of from the top row into the header. We're going to join it with our data set. So we're going to bring data in from the database, Cosmos DB, from maybe a website. It could be a CRM system or ERP. It could be a whole bunch of different systems. And you probably have Excel, which is the kind of world's most popular database with lots of data in there. And we can show you how we can also use visualizations back and forth between Excel, analyzing Excel capabilities, and do more. So we're going to touch on things like AI as well in the service and data flows. So we're covering all of this in the DA-100 series, but we need to start somewhere. So this is the fundamentals, and this kind of gets us to a point of knowledge about that. Now you could already have all this and you'll be good. Like, right, I've got this, Neil, I've got it down. Excellent. Don't need to do this course then. But let's kind of look at what might be your journey around that. So let's kind of look at what the DP-900 profile is in terms of who the audience is. So if you fall into that where you're starting to work with data in the cloud and just kind of getting familiar with the technologies and what there are, great, kind of, and I've seen on the kind of, let's actually just do that. I haven't done that for a while. So kind of got a hello on the, so I'm just going to ping that one sec, send it to my queue. Hello. So if you want to say hello, you kind of want to have a bit of a shout out, please do so. It's great to know you're kind of you're joining us for these. And if you're not here and you're watching this as a recording, we're live every day in August at 8:30 p.m. London time. That's British summer time, GMT +1. So come and join us. And if you're in a recording, hey, that's great. That's good. We'll see you in the next video, maybe live next time. Okay. But we're going to be doing a whole bunch of recorded videos for the fundamentals. So that was actually, let me kind of scoom over. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen to kind of put that. So we're going to be doing some videos where we go specifically into the content of that. Let me kind of get rid of my my talking head because I've got one already in the other screen. And we're going to be going through and actually taking through the steps. So if I go back to this, was similar to like the this one here, we'll be describing the core concepts. We'll be going through and looking at the types of core data workloads or data answers. So we like visualization, something like Power BI, for example, here. So we'll be having labs or kind of demos that will go through and describe these elements. And these individual videos will be kind of built and kind of condensed nicely. So they're kind of giving us just what we need and covering that. So we'll probably have one that kind of just discovers the kind of core workloads, another one with the data analytics. We're looking at the material that's in them. We do recommend you go on the course if you can attend that. So what I'll be covering is some of the content in the videos I have, but I won't be covering everything. And there's a reason for that. One, I'm covering it from a delivery of the full course as a Microsoft certified trainer. I'm doing this also as Neil from Data+Train, Beacon Intelligence, as a kind of trainer and somebody who does this kind of stuff regularly on a day-to-day basis, pretty much these days as training. And I want to kind of help you prepare. So this is kind of another channel for us to kind of educate you, have some interaction back and forth with kind of questions you may have. that's what the live streams are for. They're here to kind of help you maybe answer some questions. So as I put out the videos and you watch the video and you have some questions, come on to one of the live streams that we're doing. Now in August, we're going live every day. After August, we'll probably be doing 2 live streams a week. And I'm thinking Monday and Thursday at the moment. I need to just check that works for my schedule. But it will be an 8:30 p.m. Monday and 8:30 p.m. Thursday. And we're doing 2 live streams a week. Doing them every day is a lot. Basically, it takes several hours to prepare for this. Would you believe it? Really? This takes 2 hours? It does take a bit of time to prep up, get ready, get everything lined up, turn all the lights on. You imagine there's quite a few things you don't even see behind the scenes I'm doing. But we love to kind of be out there and giving you some assistance on that. So the DP-900 is all about the fundamentals and how to work with stuff like the database, etc. But the DA-100, which I just go back to, let me just flip over to the other screen again. There we are. I do have my Stream Deck, which is my button to do everything. And for some reason, half the time the buttons are working, half the time they're not. So I'm relying on normal activities here. So I'm going to go back to my DA-100 here. There we go. And I'm going to, so I've got a bit of a mess going on here. So let me cut that one over. One sec. There we go. Okay, so that's apologies for that. I don't know what it was showing there for a second. Okay, so let me go over to this one here. We're going to my DA-100. So let me go back to the screen here and bring up the certification. So again, if you're new, we are looking at the Azure Data Analyst Associate certification. Okay, this is the certification that we're mainly concentrating on in these live streams at the moment. Okay, we will be covering others like the DP-900 and also the AZ fundamentals. These 2 new ones are kind of just come out the gate very recently. The AZ-900 has been around for a while. There's a full day Microsoft learning path for this. It's like 9 hours worth of content. And the AI fundamentals and the data fundamentals are fairly new. And there's content in there, but that probably will evolve over time. But they kind of recently got that out there. So I'm going to be doing a video week on AI fundamentals, a video week on data fundamentals, and at some point a video week on Azure fundamentals as well when I find time. Probably September for data, October for AI, and probably November for the Azure fundamentals in terms of having an additional week dedicated to just looking at those. And this will be in addition to the DA-100 we're doing. So you can see also that the business application certifications also has it down as well. Okay, so it kind of crosses multiple boundaries a little bit in terms of it's an Azure certification. It's also a business application certification. Okay, so we're going to try and help you kind of prepare and get ready. We've got 52 individual videos that's covering about the 100 different topic items we have inside of the DA-100, and those are coming out. They will normally be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday delivery. I promised that from the start. I did the first one and then failed on my delivery schedule. A couple of reasons. One, I had a broken machine. I had to spend time and I didn't have time to do the videos and that. And then we had a heat wave. So we will get back on track. And I've got this weekend and next week dedicated to kind of getting us back on track for that. So it's coming soon. Okay, let's kind of also, by the way, we are now a partner with a company called Skill Me Up, which is the Opsagility folks. And I will be at some point in the next few weeks going through and doing a complete review of all their learning paths and every labs and lectures they have. And once I've completed that, I will come back to you and do a bit of a kind of couple of videos explaining what's in there. But if you are looking to sign up for the Skill Me Up, come and talk to us. I will be doing some links in the descriptions below, and don't forget to subscribe as well, because I'll be able to give you some discount. So I'm going to have some promotional on that. So if you're looking to sign up and I'll even do that trial, let me know and I will get you hooked up for all of that. So I have the ability to do that straight away, but I have time to look at the stuff material, get kind of it fully ingested in my head first before I'm going to kind of talk to you about it in more detail. So where are we with our current kind of learn resources? We've kind of gone through a few examples, very high level kind of Power BI, get data. We went and grabbed some data from an Access database, a Power BI. So we bought stuff from Access database and Power BI from SQL Server and Cosmos DB. I'm going to be doing those episodes. So if you're not familiar with what we're doing on the episodes, let me kind of just actually quick show you. Go to my YouTube and go to my channel. Where did I do the channel? There we go. Kind of need to have it hyperlink now. So what I've got is I'm going to have a set of videos that are not live streams, but they're going to be this like episode 1. I'm not going to run it or play it. I'm just going to take you to the beginning of that. But this is going to be essentially going through episodes 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 52, 13 per calendar month that takes about prepare the data, analyze the data. So everything we have in here is going to be covered. And I say we'll start releasing those very, very soon. And once we kind of get a few of those out the door and with you, so towards the end of next week, that's definitely going to be the case. I will kind of have kind of once a month, I'm going to have a study review online team session. So I'm just kind of putting this together right now. So at the end of August, I want to do a review of prepare the data. I'm going to do a team session. You can come along and you can bring your questions and we will have a discussion, and it will be for 2 hours. That's a 2-hour team session. And we're going to have that slightly early in the day. We'll kind of probably do it between 6 and 8 p.m. UK time. The reason why it's at those times is because if I'm running courses, I'm usually finished by 4:35 at latest. And I need a quick break before I jump into something like this. And then it also stops before I need to do my live stream, if that's happening on that day. I'm probably going to put it on a day that I'm not doing a live stream, so I'm not going to have that crossover. But, you know, we never know how these things turn out. But we will be doing at the end of each month. Well, it will actually probably be on the 1st of the calendar month for that one, for the next month. So 1st of September, we will have one for the August prepare the data. And we'll also talk about, at the end of that session, what's going to be in model the data. So we kind of have a little bit of a heads up and look back at what we're doing as well. So look forward. I will give you more information, of course, in the descriptions channels. I'll put a video out describing what's going to be in that, etc. So kind of looking at quick time. Excellent. We're good there. So we're going to be spending a bunch of time there. Let's kind of get rid of that. I'll come back and talk to you about skills me up later on. But the fundamentals here, the DB fundamentals, it's a lower priced. I'm going to put the UK pricing up because it's £69 rather than 113. So it's about 2/3 the cost, but you have less time. You're not going to have 2 hours, 3 hours worth of time. You're going to have a shorter time frame. But if you go for the learning path and potentially look at the 7-day videos that I'm going, the one kind of week of focus I'm going to have, you'll be prepared. And if you get the opportunity to go on the Instructor-led course, I recommend you sign up for it. I think for the AI-100, I'm doing one next week. Well, it's actually not next week, it's the week after, for 130 students. That's 130, 130. So that's quite a lot of students in one single class. Okay, I will have somebody helping me, but you can see here. Oops, let's go back again. So I missed that. There we go. Okay, students will learn. So this is the Azure Data Fundamentals, and this is why I brought this to your attention, because this is what Power BI is. It's building blocks and how they work together. This is the Azure Data Fundamentals. So this is not just me showing you another course. This is the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention, because this is the analytics end portion of understanding the data fundamentals. This is where we kind of go and put the data to share it, to analyze it, to visualize it, to do analytics on it. So we kind of have a tool that we're going to use, and that's Power BI, and that's what the DA-100 data analyst role is. As a data analyst, you need to have good data fundamentals. Maybe not the AI fundamentals, but definitely data fundamentals. And there's also a database new course, the DP-300. I will look at that at some point as well, and I'll kind of let you know if that's relevant in a video during one of the kind of ones we're doing. other sources of resources and training you might want to look at that's ancillary to what we're doing with the DA-100. Okay, let's have a quick look. No more chats on there at the moment. Excellent. Let me go back to make sure the streaming is good. Okay, so I've got a few kind of bit rates saying it's a little bit high and low. I've got extremely fast. Let me just go and check. Actually, I'm going to just do a quickfast.com and just kind of see how fast my internet is running right now. So it's kind of about half of what it can be. I was going to see kind of what the upload speed is. So generally, when you're doing a kind of an upload service, a streaming service, you want a very nice speed. I've got over 900 megabits per second here. It's down to 800 now. So, wow, that's not good at all, is it? No, it's probably much faster than most people will ever get. So, good performance. But yeah, we still kind of get a few blips on the traffic. So I need to have that looked into and work out why. I do have some other devices that I can use for streaming directly to YouTube. And I'm going to have to test some of that and see if they're better in terms of performance. But if you're having some issues and it's not clear or the audio is not good, do let me know. Please do let me know. Put it down in the chat below, and I will take notes. Okay, let's kind of get rid of that for a second because that was enough of that. So what we'll do with the DP900 is I will put together some videos, say probably release in September, so only a few weeks away. And at the bottom, this is what we're going to do. This is kind of describe data visualizations in Power BI. So this is essentially the main part of what we're trying to do inside of the DP900 that's related to the DA-100, the Power BI. We're going to look at paginated reporting, and that brings me on to the paginated reporting capabilities inside of Power BI. We're going to have specific training that's outside of Microsoft Learn that comes from the Microsoft Learn team that's purely about paginated reporting. Interactive reports, that's kind of doing that standard Power BI and connecting the visualization. So when you filter on one or highlight results, what dashboards are. So we kind of explore the reasons for dashboards and how you kind of put them in place, how you load data into them, how you put tiles in them. And we'll talk about the workflows and other things like data flows and refreshes, etc. So we're going to be covering some of the kind of data elements and some of the Power BI stuff inside of that relates to also the DA-100. So having that background knowledge is great, as well as other resources as well around that. Let's zone out, no, not zoom in, and let's get rid of that one. Okay, so this was the DP900. So we're going to go into more detail, but I wanted to just kind of showcase that a little bit today. I will be spending some time on this mind map over the weekend. I'll be creating some resources. You can access this as well. I've got the links in the description for this, so you can go and access it. And you can even collaborate with me on this. So if you want to kind of put some links in there, let's go do a collaboration on this. Let's kind of have your input as well. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, add a lot more content to it. So next time you see it, it's going to be a lot more involved. And there's also some other resources. So we had a big announcement from, say, for us, it was a big announcement, but our friends here at GynaCube, Adam had one of his weekly kind of reviews, and he gave a good shout out to us. So we jumped about 300 subscriptions and a good amount of views on our channel because of the promotion of the DA-100 playlist we have. So if you have friends and people you know and colleagues, do shout out them. Let us know that we exist and where we are, and we're going to be adding a lot more content. And at some point, I'm going to be adding in more details about those monthly study team review sessions. So I need to go and sit down and work out exactly how I'm going to play that, how I kind of get the invites working and how it's going to work. But essentially, it could be that I'm doing it one way where you kind of just join it and you can kind of just be open mic kind of thing and answer, post your questions and everything else. That pretty much is a wrap for, it's around about half an hour. So we're kind of trying to keep these within the 25, half an hour minutes kind of durations. So if you're still around and you're still listening, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you join us, and it's great to have a little bit of a cooler environment to work in. Hopefully there's no background noise. I have the fans still running, but you need to, it's a little bit of a small room, so we need to keep quite cool. please subscribe, hit that notification bell, give us a thumbs up. If something you don't like, put it in the chat comments. Let us know. Let us know your thoughts. If there's something you want to see or a video you want me to do something on, let me know. I can kind of figure out what I think you guys want to see, but nothing better than coming from, say, the individual who says, hey, I'd love to see a video on, maybe the influence kind of visual. So how does that key influencers visual, how does that work? Okay, we can go and build a specific video around that. Now, we're probably going to get round to those anyway, but if there's something that you're struggling with that's difficult, give us a shout out. And like us, subscribe to us. We'll see you in the next video. It's been awesome. Thank you very much, and we will see you in the next one. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow.